Welcome to another new set of lesson, and this is lesson 9, application letter for college admission and resume. At the end of our lesson, you should be able to accomplish the following objectives. First is to identify the features and parts of an effective college admission letter and resume, and write a resume that projects a professional image. Let's begin with the application letter for college admission. A college admission application letter shows your interest while justifying why you are qualified at the same time. It also serves a cover letter for all of your college admission documents. As with any other correspondence, it follows a standard letter format. Now, generally, class, a college admission application letter presents your academic qualifications, accomplishments, and reasons for applying for admission in a certain university or college institution. Let us familiarize the parts of a college admission application letter. It has 3 parts. Now let's begin with the first one, which is the introduction. In your introduction, you need to state who you are and what you are applying for. Second, state an eye-catching statement about yourself that will cause the reader to continue reading your qualifications. Third, show your enthusiasm to study in a university you are applying to. Now let's have the second part of your college admission application letter, which is the body. In the body, you are going to present the following. First, present your academic qualifications, extracurricular involvement, community activity, engagements, and some personal qualities with specific evidence. Second, organize your thoughts and segregate them into paragraphs. You may separate paragraphs by theme, like for example, one paragraph for academic qualification and another one for the extracurricular activities to make it more organized. Third, state the benefits the university can obtain by admitting you, and do not just give facts, explain also how these facts will benefit the university. The last part of your college admission application letter would be the conclusion. Here, you need to indicate your interest for an interview, of course, because you are eyeing for that university to become part. Second, indicate how the interviewer can contact you. You can provide your personal contact number or your email address if you want them to send you an email. Third, express your hope for a positive response from the admission director, definitely. And last, say thank you at the end of your application letter. Now class, we're done with the parts of a college admission application letter. Now let us proceed to the following tips in preparing an application letter. Let's have first the content of your application letter. The application letter must not simply repeat the content of your academic records because it would be boring if you're gonna repeat it again and again. Second, you're not just pointing out your academic records, might as well your qualification, huh? Second, address the letter to specific person, of course. Number 3, market yourself by presenting your academic qualifications, extracurricular activities, if ever that you are a varsity or whatsoever, or not only in sports co-curricular, but also in some other contests that you joined already. You can flex it or you can mention that within your application letter. And of course, community engagements. If ever that you are a member of a certain club, you can point it out also within your application letter for them to know that you are really active in participating not only in the extracurricular activities but also in other community engagement or club or organization. The next thing is, do not begin with an awkward statement such as, let me tell you something about myself, my name is Chuchu, and etc. Of course, you need to catch their attention. You need to catch their attention, but not in this kind of statement. Number 5, highlight 2 or 3 of your most significant accomplishments or abilities and avoid superfluous information. 6, avoid fancy statements such as, I think ABC University is the best university in the entire world. No, instead, be realistic and provide specific reasons why you believe the university is perfect for you. So you can think of realistic reasons why you are eyeing to become part of that university. Okay? Number 7, be factual. Number 8, minimize opinions about yourself. 9, do not beg for admission. And number 10, as you write your application letter, imagine that you are writing a script for your interview. Number 11, read everything there is about your target college or university and be sure to match your letter to the mission, vision of the university. 12, focus on your strength and avoid mentioning any weaknesses. If you want to be talaga part of the university or college institution, you should focus on your strength, not on your weaknesses. Now, class, we're done about the tips in preparing the content of your application letter. Now, let's proceed to the language itself. Number 1, use the active voice and verbs that denote action, of course. Number 2, be sure to have correct grammar, spelling, vocabulary, and usage. Avoid jargon, cliches, and verbosity. 3, be direct to the point so as not to lose the interest of your reader. Remember, you need to, get their attention at the very first part of your application letter. So, be direct to the point. Now, let's have the format and mechanics in preparing your application letter. Number 1 is use letter-sized bond paper with a 1 to 1.5 inch margin on all sides. Limit the letter to 1 to 2 pages. Remember that, class. It's a format, no? We need to follow that to make it more presentable, formal at the same time. Your paper is professional as well. Your paper will look like professional already. Do not forget, number 2 is, do not forget to put your signature above your name. Use letterhead. Include your full name, address, phone number, and email address. Usually it is located at the, I think, left side, if I'm not mistaken, because on the right side of your paper, you will be placed there your picture, a 2x2 picture, or a 1x1. Number 4, use a business letter format, wherein it could be block format, full block format, semi-block format, or simplified. Yes. Number 5, do not cram the text in the upper half or lower half of lower half page. That's the reason why we have, what do you call that? The margin. Yeah, on all sides. The margin on all sides. Next, use font size of at least 10 points and maximum of 12. But most of the time, 12 yun. Okay? Now, class, here is the example of an application letter. As you can see, naka-block sila lahat. Meaning, walang naka-indent. Full block tong mga to. Okay? You have, diba, on the left side of your paper, your name, the address, the basic info about yourself, state and zip code, date, and then the name. The second one, after the date, the name of head of admission, name of college that you are eyeing to become part, address of college, city, state, zip code, and yeah, the letter itself. Okay? There are times wherein you're gonna put a picture 2 by 2 if I'm not mistaken. But usually 2 by 2 talaga eh. We'll put your 2 by 2 picture on the right side, on the upper right side of your paper. Yeah, that's it. That's an example of an application letter. And class, we're done already with the application letter for college admission. Now let's proceed to the second topic, which is the resume or resume. Yeah. Now, a resume or resume is a document created and used by a person to present their background, skills, and accomplishments. Now, resumes can be used for a variety of reasons, but most often, ginagamit sila or they are used to secure new employment whenever you are looking for a job. Yeah, kailangan mo siyang ipasa. You need to submit it. You need to present your resume. Here are the basic components of a resume. Ito talaga yun. We have contact information. You need to include your contact information, summary of qualifications, objective statement, employment history if meron na, education, skills, training, organizations, professional licensure and certificates if you have, honors and awards, references, and of course, your signature at the end of it. That all of the information you've included within your resume is valid and based on facts. Yeah. Now, class, if you're going to ask me what are the functions of a resume, now definitely here are the main functions of a resume. Number one is to inform the employer about your skills that you can bring to their company, or organization. Second, to show how qualified you are for that particular position or job. Third, it functions as a persuasive document. Since you are trying to become part of their company, you need to persuade them, you need to convince them to hire you. No, because you have the qualification, you have the skills, you are capable of being one of their employee, and that's the reason why you are presenting your resume. Now, class, a typical resume contains a summary of relevant job experience, if meron na, and of course, your education. Now, the resume is usually one of the first items along with a cover letter and sometimes an application for employment, which a potential employer sees regarding the job seeker and is typically used to screen applicants, often followed by an interview. So, if your resume is somehow qualified, no? Kasi it speaks yourself. Your resume speaks for you, no? And if ever na mapalad ka, it is often followed by an interview. And you need to be ready sa part na yon. Yes, because you are getting closer to become part of their company or organization. And yes, most of the time company. What am I? I keep saying organization. Pero class company yun na. Yes. Now, class, did you know that we have different types of resume? Actually, we have 4 here. The first one is the reverse chronological. It is listed in reverse chronological order, which includes company and job title, dates of employment, responsibilities, and accomplishments. That's it for the reverse chronological. Second, we have the functional resume, wherein it consolidates skills and responsibilities by describing them in a general way under headings that represent different areas of expertise instead of job titles. It focuses more on skills and not on job titles, and that's the different part. That's the difference between functional and reverse chronological. It focuses more on skills, not on the job title itself. Let us have the third type of resume, which is targeted. It contains career objective that you want to achieve. Here, class, you only list your capabilities that match the objective. That's why it is coined targeted, because your capabilities or your capabilities should match the objective. Lastly, we have combined format. It contains both the features of the reverse chronological and functional type. I'm glad that we're familiar already with the different types of resume. Now let's proceed to the tips on making an effective resume. Number one is to use a good quality paper, of course. Number two, use professional looking fonts. Third, or number three, the print should be in laser quality. Next one, never use a photograph unless asked. Next, do not mention about your expected salary. It's rude, class. No. Next one, be factual, do not exaggerate. Limit it from 1 to 3 pages. Avoid the use of I, as it is already stated that you are the one who is speaking within the paper. Never send a resume without a cover letter. Point out strengths and omit weaknesses. And of course, never include reasons for leaving other jobs if ever na umalis ka nga. Okay? And that will be all for the tips on making an effective resume. I hope you can be able to apply that when you create one in the near future. Thanks for watching. See you in my next one. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button for more lessons to learn. Bye!